Tested a lot of robot lawnmowers over the years, but very few are actually built to handle what most people would think would be a real lawn. I'm talking about slopes, uneven terrain, thick turf, and areas where most robot lawnmowers either struggle or just quit. Today, we're talking about the MOWA LiDAX Ultra All-Wheel Drive series, and what makes it different right away is the true all-wheel drive capacity designed for traction and stability in conditions that will stop most robotic lawnmowers. I'm going to show you that in this video, how to set this up, and this robot lawnmower that has a lot of the neat features that some of the really high-end lawnmowers have that I've reviewed on this channel. And if you think this mower is the right one for you, I'm going to provide some affiliate links. If you get the mower from those, it supports the channel and lets me provide great content for you in the future. One of the key features on this mower is a front-facing AI camera system, and this really plays a big role in how it navigates your lawn. What MOWA is doing here, it uses the camera to help the mower identify obstacles in real time. Things like trees, landscape beds, anything else in the yard, it adjusts the path accordingly. It's important because it's not only randomly bumping into things, it's actually making decisions as it moves through the lawn. I like these dual cutting head mowers. What they do is give you better coverage and more consistent cut across the entire mowing path, especially compared to single disc systems. You're essentially cutting more efficiently with each pass, which helps improve the overall quality and reduces misses over time. Another thing that really helps this mower operate efficiently is the combination LiDAR sensor and onboard controls. The LiDAR system is constantly scanning the lawn to help you with positioning, navigation, and maintaining an accurate map, which improves overall mowing efficiency and coverage. On top, you'll get a simple control pad so you can operate the mower directly without always needing the app, which is a nice feature for quick adjustments. There's also clearly visible a stop button, which immediately shuts down the mower if needed, an important safety feature. And the rain sensor will automatically send the mower back to its charging station when conditions aren't ideal, helping protect both the mower and your lawn. Here's the charging station. It's pretty complete. It actually has a little brush to actually clean off that LiDAR sensor at the top of the mower, and on occasion it will get a piece of grass on it or something, and that actually takes care of itself. But this is basically plug and play. You put it in the ground, you can secure it with the bolts there to the upper left, and that's all it needs to be for installation. These are the thicker blades that I've seen on any robot lawnmower, and they provide you 32 of them, which is easily enough to get you through the first season. I typically use one side and flip them over. Depending on the turfgrass species and how often you mow, generally these blades last about 2 to 3 weeks. Then you'll have to flip them. Once when you've used both sides, you simply replace them. So this is plenty to get you through the first year. Here is the quick start guide that does the app to your phone and gets the mower ready to go and saves you from having to go through the manual. But everything you need to set it up is there. I wanted to show you this right off the bat. This thing impressed me, and I'll show you on this yard. This hill is so steep when it's wet you can't walk up it. And you see how the mower's front wheels are slightly going uphill and the rear tires are slightly behind? This mower is actually seeing where it has gone before and is actually steering uphill to keep that cutter deck against the last pass to make sure that everything gets mowed. I've got it set very high because there's a lot of sticks and debris and things in this yard. This is almost unfair for a robot lawnmower, this yard. We actually have to weed eat this hill, and this mower actually mowed it. Now, I'm going to show you a little spot where it got stuck and how it worked itself out. Here it got a little high centered because there's a high spot here, and I think there's a rock, but you can see how it works. And what happens is when it gets stuck, it will continue to work its wheels in that all-wheel drive capability, and there it goes. It figured it out on its own, and now it's moving and goes right back up the hill here and gets back to that line where it was, and off it'll go. Now, I sped this up a little bit for time constraints, but you can see where it goes right back up to where it started, and off it goes. So this really passed the test of a very hilly, demanding yard, and I really was impressed with this lawnmower. Another thing that I was impressed with, this is one feature that I have not seen on other robot lawnmower apps or their overall capabilities, and I cannot tell you the importance of this, particularly in the spring and the fall, and that is frost protection. This is one of the reasons why when I program my robot lawn mowers to mow a yard, I usually do it in the spring and the fall. I get up in the morning and I just tell it to go mow. Reason being is if you program this in and you have a heavy frost and then that mower goes out there and mows your grass with a frost on it, you can lose some grass. It will definitely purple it up and it will look pretty bad for a while. And this feature, I didn't think this was even possible. I was really impressed with that feature, and I've got to give them credit for getting that in there. Mower reviews are a small part of my channel. About me, I'm a former golf course superintendent with nearly 4 decades of turfgrass management experience, North Carolina State University graduate. I offer practical experience in turf management so you can meet the goals of your yard. As I've said in other videos, if I can help you pull up to your home and say, hey, look what I did, because that's how I got in this business. Being able to see the fruits of your labor is really important part of why I got into this. And if I can be a part of that for you, that's great. Subscribe and hit the bell. I hit those notifications. You'll get a heads up. I put these videos out about 2 weeks prior to you needing to do seeding, fertilization, aerification, disease management, whatever. Put them out a couple weeks ahead of time. You can get your products, at least get an idea that about the time you need to put these out, we're coming up on grub season. Give you an idea when to do that. Subscribe and hit the bell to the channel. Appreciate you watching. Let's get back to taking a look at this mower. Now let's go over installation. Docking station, you simply put the charging unit on the top. It slips right in there. There's a couple screws on the bottom you can put in there just to secure it a little better. Since this is LiDAR technology, you don't have to worry about the satellite location or anything else. You can put this wherever it's convenient in your yard. They have water-resistant connectors here on these. There again, this is simply just plug and play. You've got to get it close to a power source. Now, as far as mapping, real easy. The app takes you through how to set things up, and all you'll need to do is put your mower here at the very edge of the lawn. Steer it over there manually and simply press the automatic mapping. Now, these sensors on these robot lawn mowers are very acute to where they're going. They do a great job. This is doing this on its own. I do not have to steer these around. You can if you wish. Sometimes I've noticed when you get close to like the driveway down here or maybe in the sidewalk, sometimes if I really wanted to get the edge, I will manually steer it. However, this lawnmower has a feature that you can actually have it go further over to that edge and make sure that's all covered. I like that feature as well. You can control that. The main thing about that is you don't want it to, like, let's say you had a high wall or something, they want to be sure it's not going to fall off a wall and obviously damage the unit or particularly that LiDAR sensor on the top. Now, I'm just letting it do its thing here, and once when it gets back to that location, it'll prompt, say that particular part of the yard is completed. Speed this up so you can see it just go around and do its thing, and once when it gets to that point where it started, it prompts you automatically, press the button, boom, this area is mapped. Same methodology on the larger lawn. Now, one thing you can do with these robot lawn mowers is you'll need to connect these two areas. If you have a fence, a gate, this robot lawn mower can easily traverse over this curb, but some other robot mowers that I have actually an area behind me here. It's got a little ramp so it can go back and forth. But if you happen to have a gate or a fence or some area where you need that mower to navigate between one area or yard and the other, you simply create a path between those two using the path feature in the app to do that. Done. You will create no-go zones. These are areas, landscape beds, anywhere you don't want the mower to go. Could be rocky areas, could be a fence, could be play areas, what have you. But you're essentially going to drive this around these no-go zones. You'll hit the little map icon there to get started. And as you drive around, it will map this no-go zone out and it won't go into that area. And now that's completed. Here's something interesting. If you want to see what the mower sees, here is what the LiDAR sees of your lawn. And you can see how the mapping, look how far it looks away from your home, the neighbors, the trees, and all of those features. That is how it knows exactly where it is all the time through that LiDAR mapping. But I think that's pretty neat that they include that on the app. It's fascinating. Few more things about the app. Now, in the map itself, you can actually make zones and have the mower cut different. Height, also different. Ways as far as striping for each individual zone. I thought that was neat. It does have a mowing efficiency on it, and you can have standard and trim. There you can change your mowing height. There, that's in centimeters. It does allow you to go to imperial. That's one thing that's good. So I found that. Here's where you can change that mowing direction, either one way or the other. And it also has this crisscross and checkerboard pattern on here too. So you don't have to do that every time. That's something else that I have to do. On a lot of these robot lawnmowers, it won't crisscross every time. I like to go one direction, then go the other. So you can do these different designs in your yard. They also have shapes that you can actually put in the yard. I'll show you what this, it's actually working on it here right now, and it is making this crescent in the yard. And I thought that was a neat little thing. That's what it looks like when it was done. Only concern I have about that, it looked like it mowed the grass around that moon, half moon, a little closer. So you might want to be, I need to play with that to see if I can not have it do that. That was a little tight to cut for my comfort level, but pretty neat stuff that you could put on there. There's a whole bunch of different shapes that you can put on it. Edge features, and you can program it to go all the way over the edge so you make sure it gets all the way and mows everything really, really close, particularly areas like this gravel area here, the driveway. You can have that. Here you can actually, the avoidance system, you can program it. I often keep this about as, here's what happens on these avoidance systems. If you have them too sensitive, it'll actually avoid some taller grass areas, particularly if you get a few days where it is mowed or hasn't mowed due to rain. It'll actually kick in that avoidance system and it'll go around taller grass. So I usually keep mine at a fairly low sensitive level, but you can see how it moves around this little rock owl. Does a great job. I think, in my opinion, robot lawnmowers do a little bit too much on the avoidance systems as far as concern on that. Thing I like is this return to mowing after a number of days. If it rains, you have 3 or 4 days of rain, at least it knows where it stopped so we can go back and mow that area. So that was pretty neat. I thought that was thoughtful. Here's the schedule. You can, put it to zone, put it to the entire area. Start times is when you start in the morning, not the actual hours you want it to mow. It's the hours you allow it to mow, if that makes any sense. Like 7 in the morning till 10 at night usually is what I do. With these robot lawnmowers, it is best to mow at least 3 days a week. You can mow every day if you want, and there's, of course, no problem with that. But there again, you definitely want to try to mow 3 times a week so the avoidance system doesn't kick in. It gives you better quality of cut too. It really does give you better quality of cut. That's the other feature with these. You're not taking nearly as much grass off when you do mow, and it's actually healthier for the turf. Here's another feature it has. It actually has a security feature. You can be a little security guard where you can go around. Not only can you take videos where you can manually drive it around and see what the camera's seeing. You're on vacation. Here's a video that I took of myself. You got somebody around the house, even at night. You could drive it around and see what's going on, take pictures. You can actually talk to them one direction on this by hitting the microphone on that, and you can actually ask them what they're up to, or tell them to go away or whatever, or just play around with the kids with it. Kind of fun. But yeah, I like that feature too. The scenario is you're in your bed at night and something's going on around. You can actually grab your phone, have the mower go around the house and look. Pretty neat. And then you can store and save the photographs and video as well. I was really impressed with this mower. I have not quite candidly heard of MOVA before I got this mower. The MOVA LiDAX Ultra 3000 is the official name for this lawnmower. Really impressed with the features of it. I really like that frost, that little frost feature. That is just outstanding. Really robust built lawnmower. The blades are really thick. You would have to get those from MOVA. You can't. I don't think you can get those. Those are not the standard size. Those were really heavy, good mower blades. They might even last a little bit longer than that 2 weeks I gave you. So anyway, am impressed with this, and I appreciate MOVA for sending the mower over. Let me take a look at it for you guys and give you an idea of a good buying decision for you if you're looking for a robot lawnmower. This one would be a good one, and there again, that yard that I showed you is actually my son's home, and the yard is just a hilly mess. So, and it did a great job on it. So anyway, appreciate you watching. I'm agronomist Greg Phillips. Thanks.